Yes, royal family, greetings to each and every one. Love and light energies, Yeah, man, give thanks to life, give thanks to the source. So, say, me I listen. Me talk about my thing all the while, but as I tell them, say, anytime I buck up in anything written, I go come read it out to them for sure. Them say them thing, and a joke thing. Now that one are really nice and serious in a sense, we say. Because remember, me I show you, say, now you have certain information where I get released under the Freedom of Information Act, And them a Lego certain things. Well, it's a program I listen to. Program named Earth Files with a queen named Linda Moulton, And it's like, yeah, she read out something same way, but when I listen to the song, but I say I go Google it for myself. So this now I go read from now, saying, is a presidential briefing which was held at Camp David, Maryland during March 6 to 8, 1981, which was a presidential visit. In attendance were a few presidential advisors, William Casey, and you have Secretary Caspar Weinberger, and an extremely knowledgeable person referred to as the caretaker. So the briefing was opened by William Casey with a brief introduction to the president regarding the matter, and then turned over to the caretaker who briefed the president on the extraterrestrial matters, The transcript came into the public's eye in 2005, from the website serpo.org. They introduced this transcript this way. Alright, so they must say no, transcript of classified tape recording made at Camp David, Maryland during a presidential briefing regarding the subject of unidentified flying objects and extraterrestrials' visitation of Earth. President Ronald Reagan was the president at the time, so we just want a kind of an idea, say, this is not really a little joke thing, So, don't know when it start, them are going to them room and thing, but some part what stick out to me is when the one I say, you have a brother named William Casey, I said to the president, say, Mr. President, good morning. As we have discussed in February, this briefing contains some very, very sensational and classified information. And I am not sure, I am not going to make a decision on who you want in the room. That will be your decision. So, what I try to say now is that this a meeting here what we keep now is that the boss I say, well, let me tell you the truth, Casey I tell the president, say, well, president, I tell you the truth, this is a scenario we talk about now, who want to come out, if you know want certain people in here, because high-tech thing we're going on now, so, I don't know. Same time, I think they make 2 persons come out, and them second and them still did even send out 2 more after. Anyway, after a while, them settle along with the group and them say, alright, we're going to start the reasoning now. See? So the caretaker now, the general now, we are talking now, See? So, caretaker now start by saying, good morning, Mr. President. First of all, I would like to give you a bit of information on my background. But before that, please, Mr. President, if you have any questions during this briefing, just interrupt me, sir. I have been employed by the CIA for the past 31 years. So 30 from 81. You see that? Alright, so I'm going to tell you from the 50s, 40s, in amongst them. I started the caretaking status of this project in 1960. But you don't, this status I'm take up from 1960, but I'm in a CIA for the past 31 years. We have a special group of people whom we call Group 6 that cares for all this information. So the president has said, good morning, way, tay, blah, blah. And, you know, them talk some little sitting. Casey make him look talk again. And, you know, president has said, boy, he must say, never have a little idea about the extraterrestrial things from back in the 1970s when Nixon have some good stuff I wanted to share it with some of my friends. So, you know, say, so I did, you know, say in the 70s, I did big, I think it's still not the music, not the movie world them time then also. Yeah. So you know say my one of the Nixon big friend them, so him get to see all of them thing, them talk about New Mexico and all of them thing there. So him even mention about something that was taken from the New Mexico crash site. Alright, so the caretaker gonna say, Mr. President, I can answer some of those questions. Do you wish me to begin? President say, alright. What level is this? I mean, what is it called? I don't remember what they call this. So Casey I tell him say the code word for this information I go on and name top secret code word. Mr. President, code word it is called the top secret code word. So Casey I tell him. So this information is beyond top secret, as I said before, and it has its own classification. It is very compartmentalized. So President said, well, I guess just the minimum. He don't want to hear the maximum time. He's going to say so now, because I'm going to can't hear the maximum. And I'm going to ask them both if they record it and all of that, you know. Are we recording this, the caretaker? Mr. President, no, unless you wish. Casey has said, it is a transcriber, which is a CIA female transcriber who is doing that. I think we should, and I don't want to make any mistakes later about this. Alright. Mr. President, caretaker now. Mr. President, I estimate. Yes, we are. Let's go. Alright. The caretaker. Mr. President, as we mentioned earlier, I must say that this briefing has the highest classification within the government. The US government. I will start with a slide presentation. I have most of this briefing on slides, but I also have an outline that I have passed out to each person in attendance. Alright. Mr. President, you can follow the briefing with the outline in front of you. The caretaker. The United States of America has been visited by extraterrestrial visitors since 1947. We have proof of that. However, we also have some proof that Earth has been visited for many thousands of years by various races of extraterrestrial visitors. Mr. President, I'll just refer to those visits as ETs. In July 1947, a remarkable event occurred in New Mexico. During a storm, two EC spacecraft crashed. One crashed southwest to Corona, New Mexico, and one crashed near Datil, New Mexico. The U.S. Army eventually found both sites and recovered all of the debris and one live alien. I will refer to this alien live as EBE-1. So I must say that's some joke thing. Yeah, the man I say to the study what them a come off and research and evidence, they must say Earth has been visited for thousands of years. You see, this is in 1981, you know. So the man I bring it back to the 1947 now, Roswell crash. And if you notice all the Roswell crashing, remember how them go on? And tell you about a hot air balloon and nothing no goes on, this and that and ray. See, you see it? So even them thing I'm doing, I just try even to show the people them and the family them. So watch out. You see them people, I can't take no talk from them, brethren. None. Nothing you know want to hear from them. When them are talking, nothing for. So President I said, what does that mean? Do we have codes or special terminology for this? So the caretaker said, Mr. President, EBE means extraterrestrial biological entity. It was a code designated to this creature by the US Army back in those days. This creature was not human, and we had to decide on a term for it, so the scientists designated the creature as EBE. We also refer to it as Noah. Yeah, right, we say so. Hey, we think of me talk, I just, it have to connect, you know. Okay, right, we said Noah. There were different terminology used by various aspects in the US military and intelligence community back then. So President said, now, do we or did we have others? The number one would seem to indicate we had others. That you say EBE one, you know. So boss, I said, like, more than one. Caretaker said, yes, we had others, but then the term was EBE and no number designation. We explained how the others came into our knowledge. All right. The caretaker now said, all the debris and the EBs recovered from the first crash site were taken to Roswell Army Airfield, Roswell, New Mexico. EBE was treated for some minor injuries and was taken to Los Alamos National Laboratories, which was the safest and most secure location in the world. Special accommodations were made for EBE. No, man. No, no, I tell you, it's true, he's a movie head. Besides, me just read this because I remember one of them look like Avengers movie there when you see them a go downstairs, now one of them blood clean, lower floor, you know, you see number run, you see it gone all 100, you know. And you see him come downstairs and you look at all different type of creature, you see them having some blood clean cage, you know. I just it come to mind as me I read this. Can I tell people say we checks of these movies are joke thing. Alright. The man say which was the safest and more secure location. So when you say secure, you must know. Special accommodations were made for EBE. The debris were eventually transferred to Dayton, Ohio, home of the Air Force Foreign Technology Division. You know, they were going to run for them tests now, you know. The second crash site wasn't discovered until 1949 by some ranchers. There were no live aliens at this site. All this debris went to Sandia Army Base in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I see where one of them blood clip is right now. President Noah asked us, okay, a question regarding the first site. How many aliens were in the spaceship? The caretaker. 5 dead aliens and 1 alive. The bodies of the dead aliens were transported to Wright Field in Ohio and kept in a form of deep freeze. You see that? Just like on the seat in a movie, family. I tell us I don't know joke thing. Because I'm going to use them genetics and try to do some shit with them so them not dash them way. They were later transported to Los Alamos, where special containers were made to keep the bodies from decaying. Alright. There were 4 dead aliens in the second crash site. Those bodies were in an advanced state of decaying. They had been in the desert for the past 2 years. Okay. Animals and time got to those bodies. The remains were transported to Sandia Base and eventually onto Los Alamos. We determined both crash spaceships were similar, of similar design, and the bodies of the aliens were all identical. They look exactly the same. They are the same height, weight, and physical features. Same time I say, here are the photographs of the aliens. So you know him run him little thing on the screen now. Click, click. And I show him. See a little video of them where you see them up on YouTube more when people are talk about nothing about so, nothing about so. Because you even have one where them show you how much dead aliens and some burn up and this and that. Then you see say it's a reality thing now. Now people always see them videos there and them pictures there and feel it's a joke thing, you know. Even the one about the interrogation, when me telling about same way. You know, so probably the one of them get alive, they did have an interrogate same way. And I like I make up nothing. And the truth now I reveal we have back up the conspiracy theorizing with the dog one. Now the caretaker said, can we So after the man look on photo now, President I said, can we classify them? I mean, can we connect them with anything earthly? Caretaker said, no, Mr. President. They don't have any similar characteristics of a human with exception of their eyes, ears, and a mouth. Their internal body organs are different. Their skin is different. Their ears, eyes, and even breathing is different. Their blood wasn't red and their brain was entirely differently from human. We could not classify any part of the aliens with humans. They had blood and skin, although considerably different than human skin. Their eyes had two different eyelids, probably because their own planet was very bright. All right. President. You're President Reagan now. I said, maybe I'm getting ahead, but do we know where they came from? Mars, our system, or where? So the caretaker no answer. Yes, Mr. President, we do know where they come from. I can go into this now. Or I can wait until it comes up in the briefing. Mr. President said, no, please continue. I can wait. They never hear nothing like this yet, you know. Okay. Caretaker said, thank you, Mr. President. So I said, Mr. President, the EBE stayed alive until 1952 when it died. All right. But telling about that picture there, when the boy, that video there, when the boy, them interrogate the ET, you know. And you know, me always tell, you know, I tell you what fascinates me about that for sure, say. And I know boy thing, when me listen it good. Because they show you the writing down at the forward still, you know. You say, listen where the alien really are, say. You can see, say, even back in them days there, check what me, listen what me I say, you know. Back in the 50s, they never have no knowledge, no movie script boy never have no knowledge of certain things for you talk them the way there. And nobody can tell me say I know them trick it and put in the writing. Because I'm going to read now for sure say it can be the same alien because for one, the film was an old film. And as I'm going to read, as me out for read it, it does come to my mind. So listen what this I say now. The thank you, Mr. President, the EBE stayed alive until 1952 when it died. Listen, we learned a great deal from EBE. Although EBE did not have voice organs like human, it was able to communicate with an operation performed by military doctors. EBE was extremely intelligent. It learned English quickly, mainly by listening to the military personnel who were responsible for EBE's safety and care. With safety and care, interrogation. So your thing go now, family. It's like, if you notice, even at the video, you know, I'm going to match up everything. Listen to me I say. If you notice at the video for real, you know, how the thing attack. You ever see when somebody, them people were something to them voice and have to put one little motor thing against them neck and talk and sound can come up. Because when you listen to EBE in the interview, you know, really attack fluent, you know. English, you know. But them find a way of to rig up. You understand me I say? So, because them couldn't reason it telepathically, you know. So them find a way because them know say, when you say, you come like a thing of me I watch for there. And you invent a thing where I think him put it on him mouth, it must connect to him, it must have done somewhere near him throat or something. So here what happen now. Him can say something in his mind and it's like the thing, you know what I mean? Like the thing I work off of that. You don't have to even talk out loud. Because the man show you say, see when you if like say, when you read something and you even read it in your mind, family, the man show you say certain organs within your voice box area, you know, actually a mimic just as if you did attack it out, you know. Just hear that. So when the man say, you see, when the man say them put on that pan him if he make him talk, me see say it not far. And the EB, they say the same thing when the man say, oh, you learn the language. And the man say, so you mean we're intelligent enough? All right. The EBE was housed in a special area at Los Alamos and Sanda Base. Although many different military doctors, scientists, and select number of civilians studied EBE, it never became upset or angry. Alright. EBE helped us learn from all the items found in the two crash sites. EBE showed us some of the items work, such as a communication device. It also showed us how various other devices work. You see me I talk about? Because I interrogate them, interrogate the thing. Them interrogate the thing to death. You know, like when you hold a spy and you want to get out information, them talk about care. You know, so them have the thing chain up even in the interview. And the thing that they're not even get angry as even now them say. But them have one thing that them they administer to the thing. That's how when the virgin say, if you not answer, we will give you some more of that. Because they administer something to him where they make him. You know what I mean? It probably that cause great pain to him, so it make him feel him just talk anything of them ask him. Till him dead. Ah boy. Them say the EBE show them how other devices work. So the president has said, excuse me, but you are referring to this creature as an it. Did it have a gender? The caretaker, I'm sorry, Mr. President, but yes, it was a male. Within EB's race, they had males and females. Jaja no. And when I wicked ET them shoot down, you know. I wanna feed them friend, you know, family. You see, cause when this a crash a go on, you know, you can see something at me, you know, cause two of them drop, you know. Two of them drop, you know. So you must see say by them time that them cause you see the man them tell us say, you know, when the man them let have the atomic bomb at them time the ET president start get extra on earth, you know, cause ET them a say wait. I want go on. But technology did that flow. And true them a talk about them little nukes and little something there. Other technology did that flow. Cause remember say you did even have the great Telsa, you know. So you see the weapon now them use and shoot down all them craft and now the same one weapon that Telsa they develop, you know. One kind of laser beam type of thing, you know. Yeah man. Yeah man. But me know, but you can't say two things was so sophisticated back in them time why them never define the second one till we after. I know the whole population thing and everything same way too. Different from them. No, different from them time there. But you have to understand family. Man say a male and female them. So you're gonna within that explanation, you know. As I'm showing in the other videos, you know. You have some of them where you call it now extraterrestrial biological entity. Seeing as them say EBE. You have these them come like some little drone thing, you know. Some of them you have some where they make where like drone, you know. They don't really have no sex, them the one they know, no, no male or female. I just some robot type of drones them one day. Them a little thing how them shoot them, I just some little innocent beings that just make I see them make one drive out, one crew of them and come meet up na them judgment, but like go all them trick them and give them a signal and make them come and then them shake them up. But them did want them because why them did want capture them now? So them get the technology. So you check from, you look at me and say no, you check from them the time they know. And the being did that show them how this work, how that work, and how that work, and how this work. You feel so them you feel so them now have one of it? Alright. So then me talk about how it Vandenberg and them blood cleach big spaceship, you know, must feel say a joke thing. Man say have male and female master. Okay, please continue. Them say, Mr. President, the EBE died of what military doctors consider natural cause. I don't think we would really state exactly why EBE died. You see me I say? Although we had 5 years to study EBE, we didn't have any standards to compare the EBE's body with standard medical observation. So it was difficult to lose EBE since it was the most interesting thing we as humans could receive and study. A visitor from another planet, another world. EBE did explain where he lives in the universe. We call this star system Zeta Reticula. So I tell about my page name Zeta. And she should put up the little ET. I mean, you see it? Why may I tell her? Which is about 40 light years away from Earth. EBE's planet was within this star system. President Noah say, okay, where is this in comparison to something we all know? So the caretaker say, well, Mr. President, our closest star is 4 light years away, and I can show you the constellation. It is in, what am I saying now? Alpha Centauri, a yellow star, which is the brightest star in the constellation, 4.3 light years away. So the president is saying, you don't know much about astronomy. I just thought I could understand the distance. How long did it take this spaceship to get here? But Mr. President can tell you how, or we can discuss that in another briefing. As Mr. Casey said, this is a complicated subject because there are many levels of compartmentalization. This briefing is just the basic information about a visit to our planet by one particular alien race. You understand? Well, so President I said, well, what I am to understand, this isn't a full briefing. Mr. Casey said, Mr. President, we have different levels of stuff. If we mix it up, I don't think it will make sense. Nor will we have time this morning. I understand you have a busy schedule today. So the President said, as the President of the United States, I should know everything, right? Or shouldn't I? Hey, you see me I said to we have to understand these things in the family. Eh? Him know say that make Kennedy dead, say I make sure I find out from them good, say look here. Me know when me know and when me not know, come no, it's not gonna shake me up. Yeah, the man say, as the President of the United States, I should know everything, right? Or shouldn't I? I am to assume this was a briefing of substance, then I should hear all of it. I think it's more important than some other things on my daily calendar. But maybe I am jumping the gun. If there are some things I shouldn't know, please tell me. I tell my family. I talk these things and tell people, you think Biden know nothing? Trump know more than Biden. Cause Trump uncle, him they collect all of Nicola Telsa blow out things them. When Telsa they drop out. So Casey said, no, Mr. President, I didn't mean you shouldn't know this stuff. I simply mean we should proceed in an orderly fashion as to the briefing, but it's up to you. We will not hold anything back. Yeah. know. Oh boy. So President asked him advisor now, what do you think? Do you know all about this, advisor? Mr. President, yes, I was briefed many times on this subject matter as a director. Casey said that this is very complicated subject. Make sure you use I think it took me about 1 year to be fully briefed into all the aspects of this matter. There are different areas, the initial crash and initiative period, some attempt at contact. You see that? A disinformation operation to protect this matter. And several other levels. You know, some year I just read that while ago for me. As I said, I can go Google it, Yeah, man. The man say a disinformation operation, Project Blue Book, to protect this matter and several other levels. So the president said, oh, wow, I didn't realize how complicated this was. I am new at this. I have a great responsibility to the citizens of this nation to make decisions based on an accurate information presented by my advisors. You, all of you, I won't interfere in your presentation of this information, so I guess we'll proceed in the order you have chosen. And he apologize, him sorry for disturbing him. Somebody kind of stop this still. Because basically, I just more, I the read him I read about, and because they never did that too deep. I just really that crash the Roswell thing I'm talk about, and any little other thing. But you see, me tell you, just time, I just time, and the advisor say, the man said, the advisor say, Mr. President, yes, I have briefed many times on this subject matter. He must say it took him 1 year to be fully briefed on all the aspects of this matter. And must say there are different areas. You have the initial crash site, an investigative period, some attempt at contact. So they might try to make contact with other beings. And a disinformation operation to protect this matter and several other levels. Yeah, the president say, you never realize how complicated this was. You don't know, so you're ready to just talk what you want me to hear. Me not asking, me not disturb nothing. Cause here go now, you see the president now, he must feel like say, him no overstand the job where him get, you know. He might get for overstand now. I can better say when him left that meeting, them I go overstand, say, right, you know, say, Rothschild, them really I work for. You overstand them, I say, that's probably why you hear him even make that speech there. And to make matters worse, this is 81, you know. You see 2 years after, you know what I'm talking about? Planet X. Yeah, man. Them not talk about Planet X, nothing of them time there too. And some information released in 83 and all of that. And probably if you Google all them the briefing about Planet X, I'm gonna try it one night time. I try to go back on when I go back on the net. But a reality family, you know, is like me I try to show there them say, even within the whole presidential thing, you know, kind of like when you hear Obama talk to Will Smith and his son, and Obama like him and say, well, you know, certain things we can't talk. If you're gonna tell a man say you can't say or deny, what you think that mean? You understand me I say? If me ask you about something and you say, boy, I can't say or deny, and I forgot the accurate phrase right now. Confirm or deny, right? I can neither confirm or deny. Yeah, you know you're not more than that. So the man might show you say, even this thing I'm tell about Project Blue Book, what them they developed back in the 40s, same way, when they not cut down. Can them say in 47, CIA and everybody busy and start up them time there, you know. So certain beings, when them get certain information now, them not use it for no good, you know. No, sir, them use it for hunt down some little good beings. Can I tell you, say, in this class, as you see him that little photo with them different looking ETs, yeah. But sure I say you have somewhere good and you have somewhere bad. That does exist in everything where you can't think about. You have good and bad. You understand me idea? Because if you look on some of them have a more pleasant look than some. And also everything goes same. Because even with humans, you have more, you see me idea, so it all depends on where your meds there. So even if you identify in terms say a righteous looking being, you are doing love and light, it's not gonna hard for you to pick up. And them can pick up that from the ICM way. Somebody else I show there, them family say, them thing and a joke thing. Them thing and a joke thing, family. When you see them come all now just last year, and I come ready for talk about UFO, see it there? See how long them a do it, yeah? As I'm telling you now, yeah, them talk about them have all disinformation organization, you know. Okay. So you know if you say the same disinformation or something we are going even right now. Right now. Oh, no, okay. Stay there, man. Deep your family. This not for long, cause I clarify out certain things, you know. As always, research is important, you know. But as I didn't even tell that in my previous video, you have good and bad in every type of them beings, yeah. You have some now where are based upon how them did that live. You understand me idea? Because even them when I hear them catch and I say male and female. You wasn't me I try to say no, them are not like little drones. But forgot the other terminology, you know. Like EBIR, IBE, something like that. I not quite remember it right now. Sorry. But me I try to say you have the drone one and you have the real ones. Them. We have them organs, male and female, same way and all of that. You have now the drone ones them now. We don't have no organs. So I just really just said they are family. So we give thanks and we allow it yourself for right now. You know my thing, research important. Love and light energies. Rastafari.